There's so much more to the pyramids than most realize. They're only looking with their eyes. What if, as you go through the pyramid, it's working on your subconscious? You go through narrow spaces. You leave the narrow space and enter the grand hall. It's contracting and expanding your subconscious. When you sit and feel versus just looking with your eyes, so much more comes through. Egypt, May 9th to the 19th, 2026. Are you ready?
Yay! I'm so excited to be here. Happy Sunday. Today is April 19th. April 19th already. You know, time seems to be flying by. Do you feel that way? Hours, minutes, like everything seems so much faster. I am eternally grateful that you are here. Today I have my little pyramid, and I just wanted to have a quick chat, as I love to when I'm called to. And so we are on a countdown for Egypt. Ashala, myself, and Norma leave early. We leave I leave Vancouver with Ashala on May 1st, and Norma Jean leaves Georgia, and we all arrive on May 2nd. So talk about time difference, right? It is a long flight, in my opinion, but it's also a beautiful opportunity and exciting time to return to Egypt. Couple of things. I get asked all the time, are you afraid to go to Egypt? Isn't there, like, it's not safe there? It's as safe as it ever was. Yeah. We have people coming from Australia. We have people coming from South Africa, and lots of people coming from British Columbia, Canada, Alberta, and of course, the USA. And so we're not worried. So I want to give you some peace of mind around that. I have boots on the ground. Egypt is as safe as ever. And if it wasn't, we wouldn't be going, but it is. So we're going and we're excited. Now I have some cards, and I thought I would do a little card pull in regards to Egypt. Now, I don't know who else has been spending more time alone, sitting with themselves a little bit more, spending time in nature. I've been definitely even more connected with my body than usual, and I'm a very embodied person, so to speak. Like, I really feel through my body and ask my body a lot of questions all the time. And so I've been doing this beautiful, hi Cindy, nice to see you. I've been doing this beautiful practice of lymphatic drainage that's a little more intense than what I was doing before. And I've made a determination for this time and space, and it won't be forever because I don't think anything is forever, for sure. I've been eating, so let's roll it back for a minute. For those of you that don't know, a year ago, September, no, that would have been 2 years, September. So about a year and a half ago, I started to have this like niggling issue with my lower back, and have been aware of it, supporting it, and working to, sort out what's going on with my body. What are you trying to tell me? Because your body is always speaking to you. Let's be very clear about that. Your body is always speaking to you. Question is, can you hear it? And are you listening? Are you listening to hear it? And so I've seen many practitioners. I have learned so much more about my physical form, and it's all a gift because it's phenomenal how much I've learned. And I really am coming to believe that, you hit a certain point in life when your body just can't operate in the same way and you need to adjust and listen and slow down a bit. And I like to think I'm not that fast. Norma Jean would argue with me. I am a Leo. I am fire. I have Cancer rising, and I have a Libra moon. So I can be fiery, can also hold that beautiful container, mother-like and connected with the, hi, Carolyn. Connected so much so with my body now to know what it's trying to tell me. So very different things. And what I believe to be true in this time and space is at some point we can do all the things right that we think are right, but your body's like, well, no, that's not what I want. Okay. So I took a break from working out. I took a break, like I closed things down, sold my mountain bike, stopped Pilates, and I just slowed right down. I stopped performing spiritually, going to, these sound baths and doing Reiki with people when all I really needed to do was be in the room. But people expect a performance. And I was like, I can't perform. So I really got back in touch just deeply with myself and spent a lot of time going for saunas, steams, definitely outside in nature, sitting at the beach, sitting on the grass outside, sitting with the tree, a lot more just sitting. And you all know that I went through this bioelectric body system, which is there. It's true. And in doing that, I believe that fruit was very, very, very high vibrational and meant to fuel that part of the body. What I didn't know, here's what I know to be true now. Insulin. Insulin is the master like switch that takes your body and moves it from being a glucose burning machine, and you can become a fat burning machine. And so by having so much glucose, it's not what my gut liked, it's not what my intestines like, which are connected to the lower back, as is the psoas muscle. That's that really big muscle that comes all through and then wraps around to your lower back. It also holds, the psoas itself is like, they're underneath your rib cage. And one practitioner I really loved working with explained it as, they're like your soldiers, the guards protecting your heart, you. And when you are needing to be protected, and that was a lot of my life, right? So once I slowed down, your body starts to tell you, yeah, we's tight over here. And so that was one of the beautiful things that came out of that. So to go from glucose burning to fat burning, I decided to do strictly meat, which I always thought was not very spiritual, and have high quality fats when I need them, in combination with meat, especially to help digest it, like butters, good quality butters, dry cheeses, and fermented foods. Now, the fermented foods is important because that helps to adjust your gut microbiome. And what I discovered was that I had a bit of an issue even with, so Jade, I have a 20-year-old. She eats sugar, but it's around. And quite often it would just end up in my mouth and I'd be like, why am I eating that? I already know what that tastes like. So what I did to switch it over was eat way more eggs, sardines, fish, high quality beef. You can eat chicken too. But I love my bone broth. So I've always been really big fan of those. So what I did is I did that. And every time, especially at night after dinner, and you get that sweet tooth, that was from having so much glucose in my system. Yeah. Yes. Hold olive oil. Yes, you can do that at a specific point. I'm staying away from olive oil right now. I would rather have ghee or butter at this point. And So what happened for me? Here's the sequence. I went from eating more fruit, eating salads, eating vegetables, eating meat, but not as much protein. So by switching it over to way more protein, and I started with a bit of veg still. I'm not saying don't have the vegetables. I'm just saying I wanted to try this because I wanted to feel the switch in my body. And boy, did I ever. By day, like after 1 week, what I did is every time I wanted to eat something, I would eat pepperoni, a high quality pepperoni, or some really high quality beef jerky. And that fixed any sugar cravings. And then all of a sudden, my stomach came back on board in a new way. The motor skills were stronger. Like I knew when I was hungry, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm ravenous. I hadn't had that for a long time. I would eat because I was getting itchy bitchy. I'm like, oh, I need to eat something. But I wasn't listening to the stomach. And that helped with the lower back. I know it sounds weird. If somebody was telling me this, I'd be like, really? But because I've lived it, I do feel it. And so I'm eternally grateful that I've gone through this process. And on top of that, it won't be forever. It's just to reset my system and allow me. What has been amazing is I can feel like my skin's more sensitive, my fascia's looser, no inflammation, no tightness, achiness. My neck is good. Like, look at this range. To have that kind of all digress. My eyes aren't as puffy underneath. I mean, it wasn't about that. It was about my lower back and how I was feeling. Like something's not right. And so I did it. So far, so good. And I'll keep you posted. And again, I have no idea what'll happen in Egypt because, it's another time. And lovely Carolyn is joining us on our Egypt online adventure. So that's what we are talking about today. And let me pull a card on just that. You can talk about anything you want. If you have any questions, let me know. So this is how I travel in Egypt. You sit here and you think, oh, I've got these 3 cups, but I'm not so sure I'm just happy with those. We can say this is our 3 stops, right? We definitely go to Cairo. We go to Giza. We go to the Giza Plateau. We go in the pyramid. We go to Luxor and we go to Karnak and we go to the Valley of the Kings and the Queens and we go to Aswan. We go to the original Isis temple. And I'm not saying where else because the group doesn't know yet, but there will be somewhere else profound that spirit takes us. This is how I travel. I don't book it all out. I've loosely done a schedule, and then we see what other magic may unfold for us. Yeah, resetting gut biome's really important. We're building together. We can't do it alone. It is now time to actually start working together as a group and stop trying to do everything by ourselves. And so that's what that means for me. We've planted our seeds. We've done our labor, so to speak. We've been good farmers of ourselves, of our energy, and even in Egypt. Let's see what else we got. I think there's another one. This is not the first time this in Egypt comes up. The Queen of Wands. She's facing forward. She's mastered her emotions. She has a black cat with her. And look at the lines on either side of her throne and at the top. The beautiful sunflowers, the yellow, which is happiness to me, sun, positive energy. And would you know it? We got some pyramids in the background. 3. So I wonder what magic just might unfold as we go. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to that. And also the Page of Wands with the pyramids. Beginner mindset. So we get, as we go through life and we mature and we get to a specific point. Usually it's around midlife, maybe a little later. women especially, we stop having, our periods, and all of the sudden, we're no longer needing to give all our energy away. And we get to keep that for ourselves. We're like, oh, what's next? We're going back to a beginner mindset because now, in my opinion, that is such a gift because we're going into a sage position. We've now lived a life. We have experiences to share. We have so much information we don't even know we hold that is so valuable for those around us, those with us. And I keep getting this vision of a matriarch of women starting to host, like getting together and creating a new foundation and way of being that is respectful for everyone in a community, common unity, and having the children there, the elders there, having everyone involved, because it does take a village. And so I have no idea how this unpacks yet, but it's really good. So here's what came through when I was sitting with myself one day and I was thinking about Egypt. And I was like, I really wanted to have more filming happen. And I didn't want to make it a big production because we didn't budget for that this time. And I don't want it to be all too produced anyway, because that's not me. Look at me sitting here in the corner in the dining room, just hanging out. So this is where my computer was. I was like, oh, I'm not going to move everything upstairs. I'll just jump on here. And so I bought a few toys that will allow me to come on, and I clearly got the message, create an online adventure of this. One, it'll be good for anyone wanting to join and check it out, because you'll get to experience, like, I never videotaped everything last time, and I kind of regret not doing more. I caught glimpses and pieces. And so this time, I'm going to capture more. I'm going to capture, I have a very cool around the neck that Michelle mentioned I get. Thank you, Michelle. And it hooks up and it really stays nice and close, and the phone locks onto it and faces out. So I can, hands-free, I can still talk with my hands, but I can actually capture more that way. And so I'm very excited about that, because I believe you don't have to be there physically to pick up on what we're going to be going through. So sometimes it'll just be on and you'll hear us talking. We're just going to be going through whatever we're doing. Sometimes it'll be on a stand and capturing the whole thing. We've got some exciting things, like I know Ashella is going to be doing some belly dancing. That just was announced last week in our meeting. And there will be, I've got some specific things coming through for when we first arrive. And actually, I was just reminded because I was shown that a long time ago. It's like, don't forget about this. So you too will get to have this experience. And on May 30th, we're all going to jump on a Zoom and have this conversation a little bit deeper for those that are joining. And then we'll do a recap on May 30th. So you get that package. And it is very likely, because I'm going early, that you will capture some of what is planned to explore. We're roughing it. We're really roughing it. We're going into Mount Sinai, which is all crystals, and staying at a Bedouin village and basically sleeping under the stars and sitting around the fire. It is it's like the Red Sea. It's that whole fort, like walking through there's a whole thing about it there. And so I'm quite excited just to dip in. And then likely it'll be an adventure at some point as well. So this is normally how I pre-plan things. So a little pyramid. Shala got that for me for my birthday. Is that last year before? And she was here. Yeah. So it's really, you'll see the food. I don't know. I wish you could scratch, you could scratch and sniff, smell the food, but we'll try and describe it as best as possible. market in Giza. We go to a couple other pyramids. And this is actually going to allow the group that comes to actually, we're going to create a movie for them. And I hadn't even thought of that. So, in this way, and pictures, right? They're not going to need to be so worried about their camera. We're going to take care of it. I'm going to take care of it because it's myself and Norma and Ashala. So we've got 3 of us. One of us is always going to be able to capture something. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you and see what you thought. Let's get one. I'm shuffling the cards again. I don't know why. So let's get another card going. Does anybody have any questions in life? Other than that, the show keeps going on. The show continues. Oh, that's the other thing. I am not nearly as affected by the energies eating the way I am. For some reason, it's rebalanced. My ear ringing is way down. That was that constant mid-level buzz I had. That's gone right down, which is super exciting. And we got the King of Swords. I mean, absolutely. As we move forward, we're done playing the game that's being played. And of course, we got the Hangman. New perspectives. We're ready. We're trained. We've been trained so well on this. And again, the Ace of Wands. Or was it Ace of Swords last time? So Ace of Wands this time. It's time for movement. It's time for a new beginning. I do like to keep a pulse on astrology. I don't know if anyone else felt there's a lot of planets that are hanging out in Aries in the Western. I look at it as the matrix, what's going on inside the matrix or inside the dome versus the stars outside of the dome. And the stars can tell you what's going to come next, in my opinion, but I really like to pay attention to what's happening in this realm. There was a lot of fire for the couple days before, and even yesterday being Saturday, I had interactions with clients and I'm like, wow, they're so fiery. And Norma Jean and I were talking. It was like, oh my God, everybody's so much fire right now. So I'm like, I'm just going to shut it down and go outside, but at least I'm aware. So I don't know if anyone else was feeling that, but it was like, there was a lot of fire. And so as we keep going forward, we've got a lot still happening in April. I think April's the biggest month of the year. So, stay tuned for even, I think May 1st is May 1st is a full moon. What was I thinking? Booking myself out on a full moon. But we'll be celebrating soon. Yeah. We'll be paddling on the Nile, and you'll get to see some firsthand of the Nile. You'll get to see our friend Sekhmet, which I have shared with the group. Sekhmet is one of the goddesses of Egypt who has that lion's face. And she is known as the bringer of war, but also the nurturer of new life. So quite a dichotomy there. So we get to go in and see her. You will see. I'm just so excited to share it this way. And then going through some of the specific pyramids, as the intro video stated, it is not a ticket off the bucket list. And Egypt is a map for the human body. Every temple, every pyramid, and the Nile is like a map for the human body. And so we'll share that as we go through. Yeah. Yeah, very yin and yang. Yeah, we need that. We need fire and we need water. We need all the elements. We need earth and we need air and we need ether. Ether is so very important. Yeah. So you will see us dance with the divine in Egypt. Yeah. It's coming through quite strongly. What else should I share? Follow your joy. Your joy is your birthright. It will guide you. Or recently in discussing and talking about even that manifestation, your fascia and your skin are very important because they're interacting with the environment first. And so we keep going. It's all about the body. It's all about the body. This is your vessel. This is how we're traveling this realm. This is how we bring things in. And so finding yourself more balanced in that way, like I'm noticing that I'm more like I'm tingling more and feeling more activated more the more that I do the lymphatic and pay attention to these things. Rest is very important. And a lot of people for the 369, I know Norma Jean and I at one point shared 3 times in the morning, write out and say your affirmations. I don't think so now, but anyways, 6 times midday, 9 times at night. It's not that. It's the thought, the feeling. So the thought and the feeling and the body balanced and sending out that signal. So being in that joy state, that balanced state, and really feeling your way through. We're feeling our way through Egypt. So I'm going to invite you, as you watch any of the videos, to make sure that you're present and really feeling, because we are not constricted by time and space or video cameras. How else am I on here, right? So we can, by watching something, our brain doesn't know the difference between a movie, our imagination, or what we perceive to be reality. And so therefore, we're able to pick up so much more if we're paying attention to our feelings. Yeah. Yeah. And it's been feeling good lately. Really good, despite the chaos in the world. Yeah. And no longer, it's if you change yourself, change your energy, that entire exterior changes as well. Yeah. There's no worry or fear, or I'm just living my best life. So I invite you to do more of the same for your nervous system and your breath are also there for you. Your entire spine is piezoelectric. It holds all the memory of all your previous visits here. And so quite often, the more you can get it in alignment, you can get the fluid moving beautifully, then you can dance with the divine. That's what I like to call it. Yeah, just dancing with the divine over here. People laugh at me all the time in public because I'm doing whatever I want to do. I'm moving my arms or I'm dancing. I'm just performing for myself, just for me. Yeah. How about that? So that's all I wanted to share today. And Ashala and I'll be going live sometime this week. So you can check that out. Also, the King of Swords. We got a lot of very beautiful cards coming in that are telling us that, yeah, you've got this. Go have some fun. Go play. So I invite you to get out there and play. And if you're interested in joining us, then check it out. Or ask me any questions. You guys all know where to find me. I'm on all social medias. I get a few people I'm always chatting with and checking in on. And so, yeah, it'll be a small group. It won't be large. We're not going to allow more than I don't want to put a number out there, but I put a cap of 50 on it because I was like, I don't want to deal with more than 50. But I can also see that it may be 10, 15. There'll be a few of us to hang out and have a good time. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome, Cindy. Yeah, and then there'll be some videos afterwards as well. So there'll be some I'll do a follow-up video out, and we'll do a show and tell if I can get Norma Jean on. And we'll be going back again. I haven't planned it yet, but I can see it already. So yeah, it won't be the last time. And there's more trips coming. Peru, Japan, Australia. Yeah, so as all these come, it'll be at some point, and it won't be right away. I'm going to take a little bit of time to be with family, to go on a road trip with my mom and Jade, We're close to finding an RV. She has to move out of her place on May 30th by noon, but I'll be here for the call. And yeah, thank you. And I'm just sending you so much love. Remember to breathe. And if you breathe this way, in the nose for like a 2 count, set a timer for 5 minutes and just breathe that way and feel your whole nervous system drop in. The more you do that and the more you're aware of your system when it's out of kilter, you'll be like, "Oh, I need to go do some breaths." You start to feel it more, and then I'm like, I can feel specific movements in my body now, and I'm like, "Oh, what's going on?" And I ask, "Oh, okay, right? We need to go do this." Or you get out from in front of the computer, for example, is a good one for me right now because I'm building a lot of things at the moment. So stay tuned for that as well. All right, you guys, signing off. I love you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching, whether it's now or later. And yeah, I'm grateful. And I love you.